steady, but steady. Taking the aim, then ready. Get your hop and fatty. Figure it out, watch out. Are you ready? But steady. Taking the aim, then ready. Get your hop and fatty. Figure it out, watch out. It's a cool down, spaghetti. Watch the news, seeing the dudes. Are you crazy? People keep on wondering, running their mouth, spreading out this information, robbing, fear to pay down. Like, ooh, robbing, coming through with pay.
Oh my goodness, what's going on, Saggies? My Sagittarians, what's going on, y'all? This is your girl, Miss RHW, with another love reading for you guys for the month of February. Okay, let's see what's going on for you Sagittarians for the month of Feb. Y'all always getting up to some trouble, so let's see what's going on. I'm like, that trouble? What you mean? How do you say that? Why you figure that? Well, only because you always know somebody that is always in some trouble that you gotta be like, oh my god, well, let's figure out a way to get you out of it, because you gotta get involved, because, you know, it's a problem solver now, you know what I mean? That's fine. Sagittarius are like, well, we don't do stereotypes. I'm playing! God, sorry. Okay, Saggies in love, please. Make sure. Saggies love for February. What's going on with what do they need to know about their love lives that helps them navigate them through to where they would like to be? Okay. That's a wonderful affirmation. I'm gonna try to make sure I remember that. Okay. Ooh. We are learning to let life be. Oh damn. But see, yeah. Don't let that tear you down. That don't matter. Not because it doesn't matter. Your feelings are always gonna matter, but they don't say nothing about you. Exactly. Oh, you're worried about another chance. Oh, Saggy, you're asked to be yourself. Saggy, what the fuck? Why we gotta start off with the 3 of Swords? That's rough. That's heartache, baby. 2 of Pentacles, trying to figure out whether or not something's worth pursuing or not, because ultimately maybe somebody came back and it's an old heartache and you're like, I've grown so much from this situation. Do I really want this to happen again? Even though you still have feelings for this person, it's not like you moved on in that way, but you have gotten yourself a bit up in your self-esteem. And I think that this person's making it hard, but also you finally feel seen too. That's an issue, because like you finally feel noticed by them. You finally feel like, because maybe that was the issue the whole time, it's just somebody was not seeing the situation for what it really was for real, and now you have the potential to grow with this person, be happy with this person, because this person's giving you space to enjoy them. I say give you space because this person is a lot of energy already. Okay, she's already a lot to deal with in the space, and sometimes I kind of feel like when you know she got the spotlight always on her, she ain't really paying attention to anybody. And let's be real, she's gonna focus on what she can see. It was like right in front of her face, right in front of her nose. This is an energy that can't really go too far, you know, thinking outside the box, because think outside the box. She can't go too far thinking ahead of time, because she is so moment driven. This earth fire energy is moment driven. You better feed the fire while you have it, or it will die. Right? So in this sense, maybe that was it. That's what it was. The intention wasn't there. Maybe the intention was on her, or the intention was on him, or them. You know who? You know the person wasn't really seeing you for real, and then they come back and like, I see you, and they're like, oh shoot. They give you a lot of attention, and now you're kind of considering it, but you know what they're like, because they may have shown signs of maybe some mild regression, but you're starting to connect the dots, possibly as to maybe this is like habitual. This is just like when certain things happen, like this is a cycle that you're getting a chance to read, like to get a chance to really see from possibly a different trajectory, with a little bit more understanding and history under your belt, to kind of understand that the routine, the history, the genetic code. I say genetic code because I'm thinking like how she grew up, what her culture's like, how what her relationship is like with her parents. I say her just because of the Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands rather. You know, just be mindful of that. It could still be a guy, you know. This could still be a man, or still be a person who, you know, assigns himself whoever they feel is who they really are. At the end of the day, you're like trying to figure out why there's certain things that's so reactionary or so extreme, or they have such strong emotional recoil, or whatever it is. You're trying to like kind of, you're trying to be very logical about it. So, or at least understanding. Your advice is saying go with the flow. Try not to be so serious. Try not to, you'll catch it. You'll connect the dots when you connect the dots. Trust that you'll understand. You always do. You always end up. Tolerance is one of the things I learned about tolerance. Is that I learned about tolerance from a Sagittarius. Okay, tolerance is something that Sagittarians are amazing at channeling, and I feel like your tolerance level is just keeping it where you can keep it at, right? Keeping it relative to within your control. If it's outside your control, it's no longer part of your problem. That's just such a cool way to like deal with situations when you are invested with somebody who has the capacity to be callous or hurtful at times, and you kind of are empathetic towards them because you see where they come from. You understand where this maybe this behavior that isn't necessarily healthy comes from, and you're giving this person another shot. You don't owe this person anything though. Just want you to know. Just be aware. Your advice is the player. So you don't have to. You don't need to commit to nothing, and you definitely don't need to. This person don't need to make you feel like you gotta lock it down, either. You're like, that's kind of crazy. If this is really what it is, it needs time to heal. It's not gonna happen overnight. The star energy happens over time because effort was put into it. Not in the Taurus energy here. Talking about you need to dedicate time and effort into it too. You go into the church, say you're Christian. Now they're gonna be looking at you like you a crazy ass motherfucker. It's like, bitch, you gotta prove it. You better sit over here with them books and come over here every day and start dedicating your time. Come to Awana, come to Bible study, come to all that shit. So we actually can see that you actually Christian. You can't just be coming to Sunday school one time, be like, I'm Christian, be like, bruh. No, we don't believe that. You could say that, but we've never seen you do anything Christian before. You never do anything. Well, what's your lifestyle like? Do you eat kosher? Like, come on. This whole thing is suggesting that this has to have some routine behind it. Somebody just can't come back from hurting your feelings and being demanding, like, I'm ready for you. I'm like, okay, you should have been ready before. You fucked up the first time. Are you really serious? And the second they start acting, well, why you kind of like not trust me and stuff? If you want to go be back, you gotta trust me. Like, babe, I am trusting you. We having this conversation right now. You in my life right now. I'm entertaining you right now. But I'm entertaining you to where it's logical and sensible for me. I'm not trying to lose my mind. Understandable, Sag. Under-fucking-standable. Yeah, bro. Healing from old wounds, man. Five of Cups is about loss. I feel like somebody, you missed out or something. Or, I mean, it's kind of also fixating on the past. You're kind of letting the past go. You're trying to change your trajectory. The focus is on the relationship. The connection. I think the past, you're worried about that. But you're healing so much from it. And I feel like this person doesn't deserve a smidge of credit because they are putting a lot of effort. This person isn't just sitting around chilling, not doing anything. Queen of Wands, more than likely putting in some effort here. She may have her flaws, or he may have his flaws, but that doesn't mean that they are not doing anything. So it is possibly a good idea to just kind of, yes, look, don't be all too hard on yourself about letting bygones be bygones. You working on that too, but at the same time, don't be making this hard on the other person because they are doing something. They are trying their best, and it does help to acknowledge the accomplishments of those versus the shortcomings, because you do want this relationship to progress. You aren't trying to keep this in a state of hurt feelings, hurt people, right? You're trying to grow away from that. You're trying to get over how that person or how people in the past have hurt you, to introduce and encourage the good behavior and the attention and all the other good things that you're enjoying right now. You're trying to encourage that to continue to happen. And the only way that happens is if you look away from what was and what, because you're not going to accept that, you're not going to tolerate that. And that part of you needs to forgive yourself, because you ultimately know now you ain't going to play those games for you ever. You're the best parent for yourself now, and the various ways that in the past that you didn't realize. So it's like time to allow yourself that the permission to say, okay, that happened, but we got good stuff happening right here. It happened a long time ago. This is off frame, right? This is totally stage left. Like, this is stage left. Exit stage left. They come in stage right. This is the end. right? This is the past. We don't do that. We can't go back in here. You know, I got no space to pull no cards. So this suggests to me that because the relationship is pointed this way, a lot of the time, this suggests that everything that matters is right here, and that like the joy and the happiness that you're feeling is here. Because ultimately, the only pain you have is past related, and it's coming from the thing you're already healing from. Because somebody's putting a shit ton of work to prove to you that they've changed. And in a lot of ways they did, but they're not perfect with every change. They just need patience, they need tolerance, they need time. And again, like I said, you are somebody who is the most tolerant. Try to be lighthearted. Try to remember to have fun. Try to remember to take the seriousness out of things. Try to remember that when you're going through a point where you're kind of spiraling, that it's okay, and try to ease yourself out of it. Try to be kind to yourself when you pivot out. Yeah, managing your anxiety. The Queen of Pentacles is a card of anxiety, but because she's got a lot of things she's trying to keep up with. You know, I feel like Capricorn and Virgo are very similar in a lot of different ways. And it's because they've got so many things that they're trying to manage and can, you know, keep under control. It can kind of get on top of your nerves a little bit. It can kind of weigh on your mind a bit, weigh on you in so many different ways, and in the process that you don't think. So while you're running your business, building your body, taking care of your body, whatever it is, the Queen of Pentacles is for you. Your boundaries also mean something to you, and your sensibilities, and all you can really handle and keep up with. And the Queen of Queens, in my eyes, usually just mean you are aware of your limitations, but you don't let that exceed your capacity to do things in your span of, you know, in your span, right? In that span of capacity. So you just continue to harness and focus on you and distilling that, and the good stuff will continue to come. Because you got the Page of Wands, which is flirting, it's lovely, it's a sweet little gift. And the Queen of Wands, she don't hesitate. She don't hesitate saying something. Yeah, man. See, it's coming. Chariot is a vehicle that is moving very quickly. It's got a lot of momentum behind it. You know what I mean? Especially if somebody's able to really channel, and when I say channel, balance, you know, and be very aware of things. Really be very mindful in the moment to keep things in a state of momentum so it can build, keeping the process up. Again, you've got a lot of cards here that suggest someone's putting in work to show up for you. They ain't gonna be able to fix this overnight, and again, like I said, but evolve and adjust with the changes. Like I said, I get a little vibe of Virgo here, so I feel like there's a bit of gracefulness is being asked of you to adjust through the changes. Adjust with the changes, be welcoming the changes, be grateful of the value that's coming in your way, as well as being aware of how much work you're doing and how much work the other person is doing. Because the Queen of Pentacles is someone who holds receipts. And the King of Pentacles, King of Cups, like, listen, it's like Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn. Capricorn is like the financier. He ain't gonna let nothing slide by. He's gonna also make sure all that shit can be written off in his taxes. I mean, if it can't be done, then he probably more than likely is not doing it. So it's a business savvy, like everything's practical, but practical to the highest degree, to the nth degree. Everything is documented. Everything's organized. So they can take account of everything. Not just so much that what you've put up with, what you've dealt with. Because again, it's not about what you're dealing with, because there's nothing necessarily too tolerant other than the growing pains of somebody unlearning and learning something new in the place of that. They have at least something to work with that replaces the behavior that makes you feel anxious and makes you feel like you're going back in the past. But you gotta be patient with them. Nine of Swords. Stress. Wow. I'm gonna see what the Six of Wands says. Okay. Six of Wands. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. So death is like, yeah, something needed to just clear the space so that person can spend more time with you and be more patient, you know? I mean, I think this person didn't have the ability to. I think maybe they were trying to either resolve a situation, some sort of ending of a cycle, and now they have more attention to give, and so they're giving it, and it feels really nice. Because before it felt good, the relationship was feeling very secure, and it got weakened, and somebody's like, hey, I'm not trying to let this completely go unseen and unacknowledged. I am pining for something. Interesting. Surrender to complete healing. Yeah, I think, who else got this card? Okay, it wasn't Leo for the other one. So, well, it was probably Virgo. for the surrender to the natural world, the beauty of the natural world, though, for I think for Scorpio. So for this one, I think for sure Leo did for sure get this one. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. Sag. That's good ass news. That means that you've done a lot of healing. And the Three of Swords just talks about the traditional image of the Three of Swords has swords in a heart, but the heart is not bleeding. So the fact that the heart isn't bleeding and it looks like it doesn't seem to be totally disturbed suggests that the swords were healed around it. Sorry, the heart was healing around the swords. It's healed around the swords. Or this is not a way to live, though. And eventually those swords need to come out. And you removing the swords is what's conjuring all this up. The past coming back. The pain coming back. Because the pain never really was dealt with until the other person provided you a new strategy, a new path, a new routine, ultimately, to adjust the whole thing. And now you can just fall into it. And not, address as you need to, but be gentle, just don't be so hung up on the adjustments. Let it come gracefully by not really thinking too much about the process, enjoying every bit of it, enjoying all the compassionate and emotional, wonderful healing parts of it. And then, when it comes time to work, let it be effortless. Let yourself flow into it. You come up as the Knight of Swords here. Interesting, it's Gemini. It's your 7th house. It's your house of relationships. And open enemies. So, I think it's natural for you to go through a period where you're trying to heal and it's a sensitive time. But to be aware of what you're sensitive about, having that duality, that dualistic sense about you when it comes to your relationships, you know what you're reacting to, you know what your heart space is in. So you can really discern what you're going to do, how you're going to take action, if you're going to take action at all. But you have surrendered to effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. Wow, that's crazy. Open fully to the loving and compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. So, yeah, be carefree. Knight of Wands is like going with the flow. No real resistance at all. You ain't trying to bottle stuff up. You're ready to just kind of adapt to it. And that's exciting, Sag. Very, very, very exciting. Alright, y'all. I'm going to let you guys do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Why does this look like it's always so crooked? I feel like I'm just driving myself crazy, guys. Because I'm thinking everything's straight, and it's not straight, but it is straight, but it's not straight. Alright, y'all. Alright. Until next time, okay? I will see you guys on the other side. Alright. Bye, y'all.